Opening in theaters this week, courtesy of Lionsgate in the United States and VVS Films in Canada, is the thriller Fall, and here's my review. The notion of being stuck way above the ground with little way of getting down certainly has a workable premise for a scary movie. While a few scenes in Fall show that potential, the movie most becomes a dull sit as we watch the two protagonists atop this radio tower. There's little suspense gained from their time up there, and the filmmakers stretch the plot as much as they possibly can, but never becomes something exciting or frightening. The film already does a flimsy job of introducing the lead characters, Becky and Hunter. After the initial cold opening, featuring a not particularly thrilling mountain climb, we get frequent scenes of obvious and cliché dialogue. The actors try their best, but the material they're handed doesn't give them a lot to work with, and the characters are written in a simple manner. One aspect that's meant to be a shocking reveal later on is even telegraphed with not a hint of subtlety. The hope is that once they get stuck up there, the story becomes a lot more exciting. Unfortunately, that does not turn out to be the case, despite the lengthy time the film takes to set this up. The filmmakers employ a number of scenarios intended to provide tension, but they wind up ridiculous rather than shocking. There's one moment that is admittedly a little suspenseful, and that's a solid 5 minutes. However, the movie returns to being dull again after that. There are too many scenes where Becky and Hunter are just sitting on top of the tower saying dialogue that's not particularly interesting. When the movie tries to develop the characters, create a small conflict between them, it feels forced. Fall stretches believability at every turn, as these two make some bizarre decisions, and the film struggles with exploring its themes on confronting fear and moving on from a tragedy. The film also attempts a commentary on the adrenaline rush people get from either being thrill seekers or just watching them online, but it's surface-level material. Watching the film, there's never that sense they're actually up in the radio towers. It always feels like they're sitting in a soundstage somewhere. Fall could have wound up a frightening experience, but the result feels tedious to watch instead. The film takes far too long to put these two characters that high up, and once they are up there, it struggles to come up with thrilling or interesting scenarios for them to participate in. Grace Carolyn Curry and especially Virginia Garner do attempt to liven things up with their performances, but they're portrayed by a screenplay that gives them little to work with. This should be a tense and heart-pounding movie, but unfortunately does not provide much in the way of truly scary moments. Those who are afraid of heights would probably have the biggest reaction to this film, but it's not exactly recommended viewing for anyone with that fear anyway, for obvious reasons.